Super excited. Super excited because I have started and we are starting a series of podcasts here in Cluj with some friends. And today's episode is not about the podcast, but is about me warming up for the podcast. And I want to actually discuss the idea of soul purpose, individual soul purpose, and maybe collective soul purpose. Okay. And yes, I'm actually preparing my room in a way, and I'm actually preparing myself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, consciously. And today we're speaking about the soul purpose. I'm going to try to do my best into actually channeling and revealing to you guys my idea of a higher purpose. Now, this is very powerful. This is very powerful, and it is something fundamental to our existence to actually find and reveal what our soul purpose is. Okay? So, it is fundamental to our existence to reveal each and every one of us soul's purpose. Now, you as an individual, you have a passion, you have dreams to accomplish, okay? We all have. It may be related to our state of being, it may be related to our conscious way in which we become aware, it may be related to our soul signature, it may be related to our own uniqueness, it may be related to anything. But the main key is to actually learn to embrace and follow our gifts and passions. Okay? Now, this is powerful. This is powerful because the soul purpose is something that you have chosen at a soul level before coming into this earth. You have chosen this in order for you to actually reveal and really expand your spirit, your soul, your beingness with the things that you are actually expressing out there into the world. Okay? So, yes, it is powerful, and each and every one of us is actually on a journey of infinite potentialities. We are on a journey of infinite experiences. We are on a journey of infinite challenges. We are on a journey of infinite love and peace. Okay. So we have to realize that in order to channel and to reveal our soul's purpose, we have to question what our soul purpose is. And the idea is that our soul purpose is not something that is happening in the future. It is something that is right here, right now, in the present moment. Now, the concept of time is weird because we often think that we are not good enough where we are right now. And with this mindset, we are actually blocking the abundance of the present moment. But when we get to actually realize that time is actually not what it seems, time is something, linear time is just something that is actually happening in our minds. It is just something, it is a man made construct that, of course, is useful. But when we actually get lost in the future or the past, when we are actually worried about the future or too much focused on the past, we actually block the abundance of the present moment. We block what we actually must accomplish and what we are being in the present moment. Okay? So the idea is to actually find the peace and find the harmony of your own beingness here in the present moment. And I'm gonna jump into actually the concept of being first, okay? So if you are living too much in the future or in your mind or in the past, now you cannot actually express what is here in the now. And trust me, everything is right here in the now. Every potential reality is in the present moment. Okay? The more that you actually focus on what is here right now, and the moment that you grab the tools of where you actually potentialize yourself in the now, is the more that you actually attract the events, the circumstances, the things that are actually a match to your soul's purpose. Okay, makes sense? So everything is happening in the present moment, even the future and the past. They are all happening in the present moment. Okay, so get to actually visualize yourself like you are the best version of yourself right here in the present moment. Okay, you have the power to actually do that. You have the power to actually enter and change a vibrational reality that you actually dream of in the future, and you can actually bring it right here in the present moment. How do we do this? We simply get detached and we simply let go of the things that are not serving us. Okay, because whatever is blocking us, whatever you feel that is blocking you in the present moment, are things that are not serving you. So it's not about gathering and chasing and accomplish all the other things. It's about letting go of what doesn't serve you. And it is about revealing yourself. It is about revealing your being in the now. Now, key concept, okay? Keyword, now. So if you get to actually do this, if you get to actually detach yourself from whatever doesn't serve you, now you get the chance to get into a vibrational match to the things that are actually serving you. Okay? So yes, stay focused. Stay focused. This is the point, to stay focused. And how do you actually stay focused? You learn how to observe. Observation is really powerful, okay? And this is psychological. This is how we actually clear our minds. Emotion, which is actually energy in motion, is more powerful than the energy of the thought, okay? This means that your feelings are more powerful than the energy of your mind. So if you get to actually open the heart and live in the heart by actually becoming focused with observation, is the more that now you reveal what is meant for you to actually happen. And the more that you actually expand your energy field, the more that you expand your energy field, is the more that now you actually attract into your reality the things that you actually desire. Okay, so it's about keeping the eye on the prize, it's about knowing what you want, but it's about keeping your energy in the now. Super powerful, super beautiful, and this is true mastery. Know what you want, know what you want, dream about what you want, get on detail about what you want, but don't lose yourself in the future. Know what you want, but keep your energy in the now and really go for it. Go for it. Sting like a bee and fly like a butterfly, okay? Sting like a bee and fly like a butterfly. Super powerful, okay? So, detachment, guys. Detachment. Even if, let's say, you dream of something, you dream about $1,000 in the next week. Now, there is a chance for you to actually attract that. But if you don't attract it, allow it to actually still play in your vibrational consciousness, okay? So it's about setting the intention, and it's about letting it come to you, okay? It's all you gotta do is actually shift your energy, your vibrational consciousness, in order for you to actually attract it. Okay, so this is energy. This is energy. Everything is energy in this universe, and by the principles of vibration, energy matches energy. Okay, for example, you are vibrating at a certain type of potential. Okay, now you actually attract that type of potential within your own reality. You attract people and circumstances and things that are actually at the same vibrational field, at the same vibrational state like you are. Okay? And really, it's not about losing ourselves in what we want. Okay? It's okay to want, it's okay to desire, but it's also okay to actually become detached from your desired thing. Okay? It's about losing yourself into beingness. Losing yourself into beingness. Okay? So I am is more powerful than anything else. I am is more powerful than anything else. Okay? So beingness is more powerful than struggling yourself with the things that you are actually not a match to. Beingness and being relaxed and focused and fulfilled with what you have and with where you are is more powerful than actually struggling for the things that are actually missing in your reality. And this is the state of gratefulness. Gratefulness is really a powerful tool for you to actually attract more. Now, one person said that, yes, hi Anna, you also attract the opposites, people that need your energy. I really like this, and I think that this is actually really powerful. Yes, we attract the opposites sometimes because we actually need to share the perspective of oneness. We need to share the perspective of oneness, okay? So yes, your point is powerful, but most of the times we actually attract what we need to learn, okay? So everybody is actually a messenger in your life. Everybody is actually a messenger in your life, okay? So the people that you actually meet are not random, and you are actually meeting them because you actually have something to share with them. You don't even have to speak to them, but you're actually sharing something with them, okay? So it's powerful. It's powerful. Your perspective is powerful. Yes, sometimes we actually attract the opposites in order to actually shift and learn from themselves, from them, okay? Powerful perspective. Thank you. Now, if we get to actually become at peace with where we are, and it's not necessarily easy to become at peace with where you are, with all the social and with all the conditioning that we have from our psychological nature and from the external world, okay? It's not easy to become at peace in this world because we live in a crazy world from my perspective. And this can be very powerful if you get to actually embrace the energy and if you get to actually alchemize the energies of transcendence, okay? And now I actually want to step into social conditioning and how this actually influences yourself. And I want to start with childhood because in childhood is where we are actually forming and giving birth to our subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind is really powerful, and if we don't get to actually improve it, if we don't take care of our thoughts, Now we are actually losing ourselves in the mind. And again, the mind is not as powerful as the emotion, okay? And with all the social conditioning that we have from our parents, from the school that we're going to, from the trauma that we have, now we get to actually form an idea of who we think we are, okay? And this at some level can be actually a bit dangerous, because if we actually lose ourselves in who we think we are at a mental level and at the level that actually represents our experiences, now we get to stop revealing our true self. Now, the true self is unconditional love. The true self is oneness itself. The true self is oneness with the existence itself. If we get to understand this, and if we get to actually awaken ourselves to this perspective, we realize that we can actually attract and be anything that we desire. We realize that it will actually happen through us. Okay? So, in a way, you have to go for your soul purpose, you have to question it, but in a way, you actually cannot avoid the soul purpose when you realize that you are everything that is. Okay? And this leads me into the idea that separation is something that we are beginning to be into because we have been desensitized from our natural senses. We have forgotten what our life force energy is. We have forgotten who we are at a soul level. We have forgotten what our higher nature is. And we have forgotten this because we have been sent into a system that actually offers us too much. It offers us something that is actually blinding the idea of what we really want at an individual and at a soul level. Okay? And what I mean by this, you are actually being told who you need to be. You are actually being told what you need to be. You are actually being told what you need to do, okay? And we gotta question this. So many of us are actually not questioning what we want to do for ourselves. We are not questioning what we want ourselves, okay? And we actually get left to be inspired by this society. Okay? It is okay to be inspired by society. It is okay to have role models. It is okay to have teachers. It is okay to have parents that actually have dreams for you. It is okay to actually get inspired from somewhere else. But it is also necessary and fundamental to not lose yourself in trying to actually become someone else. Make sense? Make sense? So yes, inside of yourself, you have everything that you need. And if you get to actually learn to channel the energies of passion, the energies of abundance, the energies of action, if you get to actually channel this, now you get to actually create your own reality. And trust me, you have the freedom to actually be anything that you desire. You have the freedom to actually be anything that you desire, okay? But if you get to be influenced too much by something that doesn't serve you, like all that fame that you think that you want to accomplish, and that is actually someone else's idea. Yes, it's okay to be famous. At some level, I want to be famous as well. But is it really my dream? Okay, so this is what you actually gotta ask yourself. What do I want from myself? What do you want from yourself? What do you want to be at a vibrational level? What do you want to be at an energy level? What is your signature? What is your perception? What is your idea towards the world? Who are you? Okay, super powerful question to ask yourself. Who am I? Who are we? What are we? It's not necessarily about asking who are we, but it's more important to actually ask ourselves what are we and what do we want to create for the world? What do we want to actually channel for the world? Who do we want? What do we want to be? Okay. What is our signature as souls, as infinite beings? And when you get to actually detach yourself from all the mental identifications, you get to actually channel the energy from the heart. Okay, you get to actually channel the energy from your soul. Okay, I'm gonna read your comment, Anna. This reminded me of a song that had a deep message. You want to become famous, facilitate growth, or to let go. What do you mean by facilitating growth? I'm actually curious about this. I'm gonna wait for your answer. Facilitating growth. Do you actually mean to let things be more easy? I'm gonna still speak while she's actually answering me, okay? So, identification at a mental level. This is actually who we think we are at a mental level. Yes, there is an individual self, but there is also a supreme infinite self. And now we're talking about the idea of the human. We're talking about the idea of maybe the limited human. And we're actually also talking about the idea of the infinite self. Okay, we also need to realize that we are also humans and we're not perfect, but at some level we are also gods and goddesses. Okay, kings and queens, infinite spiritual beings. And if you want to actually be your complete self, you cannot really lose yourself in all the spiritual concepts. You cannot really lose yourself in the higher vibrational dimensions of this reality. You actually gotta come back to earth, okay? And I want to talk about the ego identifications. Now, they talk about the ego as being our identity. They talk about the ego as being who we think we are. And if we get to actually question and clear who we think we are at a higher level, we get to actually clear our egos in such a way that now we become our highest version potential self. Okay, and in relation to the soul purpose, there are some desires that are actually coming from the ego and from the lack, and there are some desires that are actually coming from the higher self. And those desires that are actually coming from the higher self, are the desire meant to help expand not only ourselves, but the whole collective existence, the whole collective consciousness, the whole world itself. Okay? So, yes, you gotta start with the individual self. You gotta ask yourself, who am I at an individual level? And when you get to actually master who you are at an individual level, when you get to actually get clear about your vision, now your vision will automatically start to influence the world. And it's not about how many people you influence, it's about influencing someone from my perspective. Okay, I have mentioned in another video that you need other people in your life in order to accomplish your dreams. You need other people in your life in order to accomplish your dreams. So yes, we need each other as one tribe. And the more that we connect consciously with ourselves, is the more that we actually connect consciously with other people. And yes, this is also related to our soul purpose as a collective consciousness. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna read your comments now. Facilitate growth. I'll send you the song. Growth here is about having money, taking the shortcut to have it all, getting on top. On the other hand, to let go means to become famous, to express yourself and detach from what no longer serves you. Get your authentic self and inspire others. Grow from your past, but leaving it behind and letting go. I really love it. I really love it. Beautiful perspective, and thank you for this. So yes, facilitate growth means just getting things because you want it from an ego level. You want to be someone. You want to actually be above people. But actually expressing yourself from a high vibrational perspective in order to actually help the world expand, that is the cool thing to do. So thank you. Thank you for your perspective. I understand it now. And yes, we often find ourselves in moments where we just think about ourselves. But I realize that it's about offering something. And yes, both perspectives works. You also have to love yourself in the process. Maybe sometimes you have to be greedy with yourself. You have to be greedy in front of other people because you respect yourself enough. You respect your boundaries enough. Okay? Yes, you respect yourself enough in order to actually be greedy in front of other people. But it's also about losing yourself in the service of others. Really beautiful. Really beautiful. Thank you. So, yes, we are designed to actually win at this life. With all the challenges, with all the negative experiences that are actually happening in our life, we are actually designed to thrive. To thrive. Okay, we are designed to win the game. And the game is actually already won. The moment that you silence yourself in the present moment, and the moment that you learn to actually be fulfilled and complete with where you are, is the moment that you will step into infinite alignment, is the moment that you will step into infinite happiness. Okay? So, when I'm speaking about the soul purpose, one important factor in this is beingness, and it's being complete with your beingness. Okay, so many of us are actually focusing on doing and doing and doing and doing and doing, but we forget that true channeling and the best channeling of happiness is actually beingness, guys. We are human beings. Okay, so when I'm speaking about the soul purpose, again, one important factor is actually beingness and staying aligned with what is. Okay, so yes, the soul purpose can be about anything. It can be about watching a river flow. It can be about you reading a book. It's also about the simple stuff. Of course, we want to chase the big stuff. We want to chase the big stuff. And that is actually perfect to do. Go and chase the big dream of yours. But realize that there is actually duality in everything. Okay, so in a way, the bigger and the smaller are actually the same thing, guys. Okay, the bigger and the smaller are actually the same thing. So it means that you can actually feel blissful in eating something that you love. You can actually be blissful in giving someone a hug. That is also soul purpose. That is also soul purpose from my perspective, yes. Okay? So, yes, there's so much to talk about this. And the idea is that there is actually an individual soul purpose for everybody. Each soul has its own signature, and each soul has its own way in which it has chosen to come here on the planet to express itself. Okay? So, self expression is one of the coolest and most important things in order for us to grow and expand. Self expression. How do you express yourself? What is your energy today? How do you actually choose to love yourself? Okay, this is also related to the soul purpose. Okay, and I also want to mention the fact that maybe at an objective level, this universe has no purpose. This is also an idea that life is actually just being itself. Of course, it's not random, but it doesn't necessarily ask something from you. Okay? This life doesn't necessarily ask something from you. This intelligence doesn't necessarily ask something from you. It is you that actually wants to grab and discover and reveal the universe, the secrets of the universe, okay? The tools of the universe, the mysterious ways in which the universe works, okay? It is you that actually gives birth to your soul purpose, okay? So, yes, it's important to have something to focus on. It's also important to let go. It's also important to being okay with not being okay, maybe. It's also important being okay with the fact that you think that you don't have enough yet, or with the fact that you think that you haven't accomplished enough yet. And when you get to actually be okay with these things, you get to actually shift the world in a whole different way. You get to actually shift the world, your world, in a different way. Okay? So yes, today's message is about finding the peace in the now. It's about questioning ourselves. It's about opening our hearts to what is. It's about being ourselves. And it's about channeling the energies that we want in order to not only help ourselves expand, but to also help the world expand. Okay? So yes, this is my message for today. I'm actually preparing myself for the podcasts that are coming. And yes, me and my friends here in Cluj, we're going to actually do some cool stuff for you guys. Spiritual based, higher conscious based. And we are actually going to offer you something that I think that is actually really beneficial for those who are actually truth seekers and those who are actually craving more information, not only for the mind, but for the soul. Okay? Yes. Thank you for watching, guys. Much peace and see you on whatever is coming up next, or not whatever, but the podcast. I'm super grateful. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Anna, for your comments. I really appreciate your perspective. I really appreciate your humbleness. And let's see what comes up.